Nope, it's not turned down. And hello. Good morning. Happy Monday. How are y'all? You good?
Great.
Are you great? Up
wonderful.
and not crying?
No, I'm fabulous.
I mean, it's Monday. And let me just say that I moved Molly in last week. You know, it was a whole thing. And it was delightful. But then I get back and I'm bound the stairs to talk to JP because I talked to JP on the way up the stairs. And JP's always at his desk. And then I forgot that we didn't do birthday yet. And I was like, wait, it makes Monday extra awesome because JP's GF. You like how I said that?
Yeah, is that a thing?
Yeah,
is that what we do?
It's a thing.
GF, yeah.
Okay.
She made this, and I don't know if y'all can see it.
Here, I'll move the camera down.
Can you?
No, I can just.
I mean,
hold on. Let me close this.
So, if you don't know and you're new here, welcome to the Right Side. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. But
can you see it?
Back in the election cycle, one of the candidates, they are falling, but it's okay. You need to see this.
Can you see the heifer?
Yep.
One of the candidates on the trail called Allison and I some names, including heifer. We loved that so much, but it's become our mascot. And so JP's girlfriend, who owns Heavenly Sweets as an incredible baker, made that cake. And Allison dreamed up the happy birthday heifer because that's who we are. She has her little heifer behind it, and I've got my little heifer behind me. And so we've taken it on because if somebody like issues a name at you, you're like, well, I'm going to own that. And this is the sweetest thing. And so now Monday's phenomenal.
Before we
thank you
cut
both.
The cake, can we go through all the names that we've been called?
Oh, yes. And by the way, call us names. We love it because we're actually going to begin putting them on hats and t-shirts. So why not? That's a serrated edge. This is how we use satire. So number one is heifer.
Yeah, I got to a few last week, but I think I'm leaving some out.
Should we go all the way back to the fun first name we had?
Which was?
Well, Jason and the Conservanauts. We were the Conservanauts.
No, I want the mean names.
Oh, yeah, the mean names are great.
So,
heifer.
Rich Little White Girls. Same guy.
Yeah.
Not white.
Allison last week. What was it? Or both of y'all last week.
We were called Vapid Hacks.
Vapid Hacks. Trying to remember.
Heifers. Somebody once said we just wanted to be rich and famous.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite.
That was offensive.
I love it when people say that. And then there was something else that we decided to put on the t-shirt. Hold on. With our new friend, let me look because it's on our group text.
Yeah, I don't know, but the names just keep coming and I kind of like it. It's a little exciting. I think it means you're doing something right when everybody's coming at you.
Well, when I was at Ella's house and she was telling her mom that she was making a cake for you and she was like, yeah, and we're going to put happy birthday heifer on it. And her mom goes, oh, that's so mean. I'm like, no, listen.
No, it's a joke. Yeah. It's a joke and we're in on it and we love it. But we have many more.
I broke it.
And there's a list somewhere and I can't quite get to it, but we enjoy it. We think it's funny. And Vapid Hacks may be the best one. It kind of needs to have an insignia like Loaded Dipper do you remember those movies back in the day?
Loaded Diaper?
Loaded Diaper.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. But that's kind of what I see with the Vapid Hacks. It's fine. We don't care.
But whatever her name was, Kitty Cat.
Yeah.
Happy Cat, Nappy Cat. She can't. Do you think HAX was supposed to be HACKS?
Oh, no. She meant hacks. Vapid Hacks. That's what she meant.
Maybe she actually did mean it. She's just too stupid. She can't spell.
She doesn't mean the hacks. Okay. Well, I like our names. And that's the prettiest heifer I've ever seen.
Ever.
She has a flower crown.
I love her flower crown.
Oh, wore my pearls to match.
Aww.
She's a very southern heifer.
Is she a southern heifer?
Yeah,
I
she
love
is.
her. Well, we need all the joy we can get.
She kind of matches Amy Beth's little stuffed heifer.
Yeah, she does. She's brown
she
too.
She does.
She's
I
that
love
latte.
her. She is a very nice latte.
Okay, you got. Well, I hope I don't burn anything. I should start on the other side, right?
Maybe, yeah, you can burn your finger.
Wait, I feel like the smoke alarm's going to go off.
Oh, crap. I should probably blow it fast because we'll get an email about that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
Heifer.
Happy birthday to you.
Ta-da! Thank you.
Okay, but go. Oh,
Okay, hold on. We're sorry.
It's
Jared.
oh.
not going to go off.
It's not going off. It's
Okay.
not going off. We're not, look, and if it does, we're just going to yell down, we did it, because generally around here, it's me. And so thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody should work with such lovely humans
Should we
who are
cut
also
it?
so, of course we should cut it.
Okay,
We got to cut it.
y'all start talking.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
We can do word of the day while Allison is talking.
Okay.
She won't
I
be
don't-
distracted. Won't
Hey,
she?
wait, before we do word of the day, but can I just please ask our audience who has come across a snake while they're out walking?
Yeah.
Please, may I ask that question? Because we've all moved kids into college. We've done that. And it was delightful because I got to be with my daughter and my sister-in-law and her kids on my birthday. That was delightful. Y'all have made it even more delightful. But Chris and I were walking on Saturday in a not giant, but big. Okay. Because bigger than this is big to me.
Mm-hmm.
And a copperhead just slithered across our path. And then when I said, Chris, no, you've got to take a picture of it, it stopped and posed. Like that was it posing when I sent you the picture of the copperhead. I need to know how many of you have seen snakes this summer, and have they ever just been in your path like da-da-da? Like it was just going home for breakfast. I understand. But it was a freaking copperhead, and they are not nice. We had to run
No.
over one once because it refused to die, because we used other methods to kill it and it wouldn't die. It started leaping into the air.
Did you take its head off and then it kept going?
No, we finally squashed it.
Okay, I can't. I have to take
Allison.
a picture of it
Okay, here.
with you and your heifer. Okay, it's really cute. This is going on the book of faces.
By the way, this is Amy Beth's copperhead.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
Oh,
we
you got
can't
it?
see
Oh, hold
it.
on. We got to see it. We got to see AB's copperhead, because I mean, it was a thing. And I know y'all are probably like, hey, oh yeah, no, seriously.
Ah!
All I wondered though was
Oh.
how many of you have
I
had
don't
that
wanna
same
cut it.
experience?
I haven't seen any snakes this year, which is
Well,
In your territory, that's kind of surprising.
yeah,
it
isn't
is
that-
surprising, but I've got one more question from that. And I really mean this, because again, it's back to I am the problem. This is the fourth time I've been out with my husband, and it's the fourth time for someone who is so talkative, I lose the ability to speak.
No, you said you saved him this time.
I saved him, but I saved him because of what came out of my mouth, and it wasn't good. I lose cogent thought.
Okay, sorry.
I
lost
lose
it.
like the ability to think logically, and I say bad things, and then he knows, oh, calm down, it's just a snake. And I'm like, it's a copperhead. But every single time I either quietly back up, or I say the wrong thing, but I don't ever say there's a snake.
Yeah.
It's fight or flight. Am I the only one?
No.
Tell me, let us know what you think. Let us know your experience while we eat cake. Ella's cake.
I'm making
It's
a mess.
beautiful.
Yeah, but I'm really making a mess.
You're not really making
But
a
it'll
mess.
taste the same.
All right, I'm
Mhm.
going to get word of the day. I
Okay,
just
good.
had to ask.
Okay. Hold on. I need a bite. Nothing like the cake cutter that licks their fingers.
By the way, I can tell you, because that was the same buttercream on her birthday cake Saturday. The buttercream is amazing.
I have a great word for us.
Oh,
JP.
Heifer's eyes got to go.
Oh, she's so pretty. Bobby Holditch.
Yeah.
Bobby,
Ah,
like, please.
don't look.
This is breakfast, okay?
Here, you need this one because it has the
Breakfast.
rose on it.
Oh, thanks. Look, isn't that nice? Ta-da! Okay, we're going to be sugared and caffeined up today.
Can I have a napkin?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So we've got word of the day for you. We have Yammer, a look around at quick stories going on. We have the Muslim Minute in the second hour today, and we have a lot of news, and then some follow-up on stories we were following last week. And then we have incredible guests this week. Are we allowed to say who's coming on Thursday?
Oh, we've already said it.
Yeah, we
Okay,
said it.
so
Ah,
HHS
shoot.
Undersecretary Dr. Brian Christine, cannot wait for that conversation. We'll have the Bussy brief on Friday. Like, we have a great week planned for you. And is Ernie tomorrow?
I don't know where Ernie is.
But Ernie
Ernie's
Yarbrough
hard
should
to-
be coming on tomorrow. If he wants the ire of the heifers to stay low, he will come on tomorrow.
He is. Oh wait, no. Ernie doesn't have a time on our notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ernie.
Ernie, waiting on Ernie
Hit
to
us.
get back to me.
What time,
Hit us up,
dude?
yo.
Okay, so before all that, are you ready for the word of the day? Oh my word.
2, 1.
Ella, Heavenly Sweets.
Is it almond? Is it vanilla?
What, the buttercream?
And
There's
with my coffee
something
cup
in
my
the-
child gave me. Thanks, Emmy.
The thumping
Mm,
is different.
that
Good.
get
Can
your
I take that flour?
yes. Take the flour. Well, this is lunch. And
Sorry.
yes, Bobby, I'm working out at 1:00 today. I'm following up on our conversation.
JP, I'm sorry, you just have to stare at us for a minute.
Okay,
Okay.
don't
I'm not.
look at the word. This is a long word. Everybody play along. It means something or someone described as something. This long word. It starts with L. Starts with L, ends with L. Brad, I already know that you know what this word is. It's lacking in interest, enthusiasm, or zest. Basically, the opposite of us.
Liminal.
Is that a word?
I don't know. It
Allison!
sounds good. Is that it?
No, that's not a word.
Oh, shoot.
JP, what's the word?
Oh, crap.
Say
Did
the
you s-
definition one more time.
Did you see it? You
No,
saw it.
I did not.
All right, look.
I just guessed a word that's not a word, Abs. I didn't
Something
see
or
it.
someone described as lacking in interest, enthusiasm, or zest.
It says the long word.
It's a long word.
Would I know it?
Lame.
Yes. Close. Bigger than that, though. Longer than that.
Lackadaisical.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Did you
I know I
cheat?
didn't cheat. I really didn't. I really didn't.
That's a great one.
Gosh, it was the cake. Let me take another bite.
Woo!
I don't know why I
Okay.
scream like that.
What you got for us, JP?
Okay. This Gen Z phrase.
Oh, God.
This Gen Z phrase is 2 words. It means to be an overachiever, but it's a negative connotation.
Oh, shoot. I've heard Molly use this word.
I know what this
He
An
finished the
ov-
whole book. What a blank blank.
It's not show off. This is the
No.
new word for show off.
You know it, Abs.
First word starts with a T.
Try hard.
Yes.
Try hard.
Nice.
I remember that used to be like in football whenever we weren't supposed to go hard and somebody would go hard. It's a try hard. You know, that was the negative.
So
connotation.
it's been around a while.
That's a good word.
JP, is it hard to watch us eat cake and
Oh no.
you just
I already know what the icing tastes like. So
you got it? Oh wait.
Mm.
Don't eat the pearl. The pearl's
Okay.
weird.
well, you can. It's edible.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
just
hard,
would
though.
be
Awkward.
loud
It's-
on the
Well,
show.
and if you broke your tooth on the pearl,
Mm.
Especially
would
since
feel
it's been in
responsible.
the fridge all night.
It's so good.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, is everybody ready?
Do you want to do yammer?
Yes, sir.
It's time for yammer.
I have a really sad story, and it's not from Alabama.
Why are you doing this?
Well, because I feel like people should know.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you doing one from Alabama? Like, I could give you okay, so somebody caught a big alligator in Mobile. Okay. But did you see that Hayden Panettiere died?
Oh, I
Yes.
did. Oh, the story around that though is
Yes, I
sus.
watched the clip of her talking about what happened to her when she was younger. She's the girl that was on, you probably remember her from Remember the Titans, which is one of our family's favorite movies. We had a framed movie poster of that for a long time in the rec room. But she was also in Heroes and others. She was an incredible actress. But when she tells the story of what happened to her on a yacht with an old aging rock star, you just start to think, huh. So very sad. Her brother also died young as well several years ago. She left behind an 11-year-old daughter, but I'm very sorry for her family because she was, I don't know, we watched Remember the Titans over and over and over again. So I felt like we knew her, but just gone too soon. So rip Hayden Panettiere.
Does it say, have we heard how she died?
No cause of death yet, but
Suddenly.
Do you really think that, I mean, she's not saying, she didn't, from what I read or saw, she didn't say anything that probably hasn't been said before.
I think it's the COVID vax.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm buying into, they killed her.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't like some sort of
I tend to
national
believe, I
secret.
think the story about her on a yacht is more of a indication of the depravity of Hollywood. They mentioned that her brother had been vaxxed and she the same. I tend to believe somebody dying that young with all the information that's come out of with COVID in the last couple of weeks. I tend to go in that direction.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they determine as the cause of death. Good for her. I mean, she kind of disappeared to go be a mom, and she seemed very down to earth and very humble and normal, which is weird for Hollywood.
I agree.
I guess she was dating somebody from South Carolina and she died in Greenville where she was visiting him. Like just a normal guy. It's really sad.
Who wants to go next?
Have y'all seen this? I thought this was just a weird talking point that would maybe never happen. The conservative province of Alberta is voting to begin the process of seceding from Canada on October 19th.
What?
If it succeeds, Alberta will begin the process of seceding pending a final vote next year. Scott Bessent has encouraged Alberta, noting they want sovereignty from the leftists in Canada. They're calling it Texas of the North.
Wow.
Do you think that actually
Well, okay, so the people are voting. Is that how it works? So if the people just vote, it just happens? Or is there a whole process it's got to go through after? My initial bet would be no, but knowing the people that live there, or not personally knowing, but just from what I've seen, I think they would probably.
They would want to.
Yeah.
So
and it's beautiful.
So if they do this, do you think this will give credence to other states, American states that would be interested in doing the same if things get too wild? I mean, what does this do? Because this has tremendous implications, I think.
Sorry.
What?
Somebody in the comments, I was trying to read and see how it would work. Somebody in the comments said, great, let's trade them Minnesota. Just flip it.
Please.
That'd be good. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted.
No.
Because I giggled.
No, that's funny. I just wondered, and this is another conversation for another day, just what kind of implications that would have if they really secede. What would that mean in the future? Would that give encouragement to people who are like, no, really, I don't want to be a part of this state anymore? Or let's say California, y'all go on with your bad selves, or split California in half. Like,
I think that might be where this ends in America. I mean, and that sounds crazy to say. It's really weird to say that. But I don't know if we can continue when you have blue states that are sucking America dry and your red states are supporting the suck.
But they are
weird, but that's what it is. Eventually you just, it's incompatible.
Yeah, I agree. I just wonder, because when you introduce a story, you said something that's so true. You hear it and you're like, oh, that's just a talking point. Well, now it's actually happening. And so then you have to go, all right, well, let's take it to its logical conclusion. And I think it has far deeper implications, but we'll just have to stay tuned. That's a good story.
Well, mine is also one that I thought would be just a talking point. I actually thought you were going to take my story. But this is a recent poll from YouGov on the Democratic Party about views on socialism versus capitalism. Have y'all seen the results of these? 58% have a positive view of socialism. Only 32% have a positive view of capitalism. And then also 50%, each one of these answers is layered. And then 50% of them have a negative view of capitalism. So half of the Democratic Party thinks capitalism is bad. And of course, more than half think socialism is good. And then the no opinion, 24% have no opinion on socialism. How do you have no opinion at all on socialism?
You know what else would be interesting is to find out from young sort of Republican identifiers, how many of them think that socialism's okay, because I've had alarming conversations with people who should know better. And I think this is destructive on the right as well, just maybe to a lesser extent. But to have a 50% negative opinion of capitalism means you do not understand. I mean, capitalism is the only system that recognizes the depravity of the human heart, and you can have a good life if you're willing to work for it. Socialism just ignores our natural inclinations. That's unbelievable that it's that high, that they are that positive about it.
I get increasingly more. It's not, well, I'm fearful for our nation, but also it's more of a, wow, my generation of conservatives has a lot of work to do, because I feel like the current Republican Guard just doesn't quite get it for some reason. And JD Vance, we played it in the montage Friday. I don't think we really talked about it, but he went on a show. I can't remember which one it was. And he said, look, the way to beat socialism is not just throwing like catchy slogans at it. It's actually doing something. And I think that is where the current Republican Guard is not getting it. They think if they just say, well, everybody knows socialism's bad, right? So if we just blare it from the rooftops, and then you see a poll like that, and it's like, no, actually, they don't. So if you fall short on mass deportations, or you fall short on the housing crisis, or if Trump, which is in the montage, says, you just pay a little more for gas, what's the big deal? Like, that doesn't work. So, but the socialism is bad is not working, because they think socialism is good. The answer is actually doing something. But whenever I see polls like that, I think like the up and coming conservatives, they got a lot of work. We got a lot of work on our hands, which I think actually we understand it better than the current, because it's our peers, it's our friends. We understand it. So it's scary stuff.
I have 2 questions. I don't know. I can't remember if you put it in the montage. Did you see JD Vance's comments about the currency and devaluing the... Okay, I'm going to send you that, because I need somebody to explain it to me like I'm 5. Did you see that?
Yes.
And apparently it's not the first time he said it. And I don't know if it's one of those nuanced conversations that we always say. Well, it's a nuanced issue. I say that sometimes too. Y'all are going to have to tell me what the pray tell he said. Anyway, I think what you did put in the montage is Donald Trump saying, you got to put up with a little bit of paying extra at the gas pump.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works.
It doesn't.
I don't. I mean,
very elitist.
I get what he's saying. And if we had a lot of morale backing the war, and we knew what we were fighting for, okay, maybe. It's kind of like when you look at deportations. It's going to hurt for a little bit if you just start taking people out of the workforce. You got to be able to suffer maybe a little bit for the long-term good. But right before the midterms, when you're so particular on messaging and that's your messaging, that's not helping us at all.
Well, and like with tariffs, I'm willing to pay a little bit more for tariffs until these corporations can start building and making in America, because that's worthwhile for America to have a manufacturing backbone. But this with the Iran war, but at the very least, the messaging is so bad. It's elitist, or at least it comes off as elitist, and it does not help that cause. Just pay a little more for gas. Well, you got money. Like, a lot of Americans don't. So
he was kind of condescending with the way his tone too. Yeah. It's just not a good look. Okay, when we come back, we'll have the montage and JPMS and y'all this currency things. Maybe we can dig into that as well. We'll be right back.
JD Vance. I'm here with my friends and colleagues, of course, our great Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Admiral Brian Christine, the Assistant Secretary for Health. Parents bring their children to doctors because they trust them. They trust doctors to tell them the truth, and they trust hospitals to put their children ahead of ideology and profit. But when that trust gets violated, parents deserve to have a government that will stand up for them and for their kids and do something about it. Today, the Trump administration is proud to announce we're doing exactly that.
Today, HHS released Wolves in White Coats, a report examining pediatric gender medicine and insurance building across America. The findings raise serious questions about what families were told, what insurers were told, and how these procedures were built.
Today, Secretary Kennedy and I referred hospitals and clinics identified by this review to the Department of Justice and the HHS Inspector General for possible violations of federal law. These allegations are crazy and they demand investigation. When children may have been harmed and families misled, it's on those of us in power to find the truth and to seek justice for kids who are harmed by these doctors.
Under the previous administration, my predecessor, Richard Levine, promoted what he called gender-affirming care for minors, and there's nothing caring about that. These are sex-rejecting, mutilating, transgender procedures promoted by the Biden administration, and thanks to President Trump's leadership, we're changing course.
There's a lot in that clip. Basically, we have lied to parents, our doctors, our medical schools, our hospitals, providers have lied to parents and kids and have harmed our children. A whole decade, really, probably more, of kids, some permanently. I had the pleasure, and I say that, it was hard to listen to, but Chloe Cole, do you know who she is? She was one of the first kids to transition and detransition. She spoke at a conference in Washington, D.C. that I was at probably 4 years ago. And you sit and listen to her story, and it is exactly what these kids, and it's exactly the first part of the Wolves in White Coats, that documentary that they're coming out with. Basically, she was uncomfortable in her body, going through puberty. She thought maybe she had seen this, on social media and thought maybe this was an answer. She goes in, she has maybe 1 or 2 conversations with the doctor. The doctor tells her that she needs to transition, that she really is a boy. Bring her parents in. Her parents are kind of like, what is going on? The doctors literally tell her parents, well, you can either have a dead child or a transition child. And she goes through this procedure, has top surgery. And then wakes up one day and realizes she has been lied to and her life has changed forever. And she goes around the country speaking now. There's so many of those stories out there. And I think what is encouraging is not only is this, are we talking about it? And JD Vance and RFK and Brian Christine are talking about, that's crazy talk. Now we are actually holding people accountable. As a physician, you take an oath to do no harm. I can't think of more harm besides purposely treating. That's what they're doing. They are treating children, the most vulnerable, and they are preying upon parents and their emotions and their love for their children to incur these huge medical bills. This is a Ponzi scheme, or I don't know what it is. They are profiting off the emotions and the lives of these kids. And so Admiral Christine, it's so weird for me to call him that, but he is. It said, he put out yesterday, if hospitals and providers deliberately manipulated diagnosis and insurance codes to profit from irreversible medical interventions on children, this isn't healthcare, it's fraud. If you exploit vulnerable children for profit, you should be held accountable. And if the evidence proves criminal fraud, you should go to prison. They are going after these doctors and hospitals and these clinics, as they should. I don't even think under the jail is appropriate.
No, I've got a pretty, I'm not easily queasy, or I'm not easy. I can handle most stories and most topics. When you talk about the gender unaffirming, not reaffirming, unaffirming care and the surgeries that are done, that on top of just the details of an abortion, I can't do it, because the Holy Spirit in me cannot even handle listening to it. But the problem is I have to, and we have to. The society has to be has to have it shoved in their face of like, this is the evil that's going on. This is the gravity of evil that's going on, so that it can be properly dealt with. But no, under the jail is not even a proper punishment, in my opinion. And I just have to have trust that God knows what happens, and He's the ultimate like revenge is of the Lord. He's gonna handle it. But yeah, I cannot even handle, because these are kids. It'd be one thing, like if it's a 40-something-year-old, whatever, it's gross. I don't want to look at it. But the fact that it happened to kids, and kids are being taken advantage of, and their lives will never be the same because of those decisions. I just, it breaks my heart, but it's a positive step forward.
Hello. Sorry. My daughter, in her first day of class, texted me. I was reading her text. How are y'all? Welcome back. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP, and we have the rest of Ella's birthday cake, and it is divine. If you have a birthday or event coming up, please DM heavenly_sweets. She's a female, okay? She just is. We have comments, text, and then we're going to get to the news. JP, what do we got?
If you want to comment or text into the show, you can comment on the live stream you're watching, or text into 833-687-4448. Chris from Starrett said, my birthday is Friday. Where is this heavenly place? If you want to go to heavenly.sweets_ on Instagram, and then you could shoot her a DM. And Starrett's not far, right?
No, it's close.
Mhm.
Heavenly.sweets_.
Yep.
Is that where we are? This is like college players' numbers after we retire every single number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Player number 1286 B49.
The player formerly known as number 5.
Yeah. Happy early birthday. I hope you have a great birthday, Chris.
Wait, when did he say his birthday was?
Friday. Heavenly.sweets_ if you want to check it out. He also sent in a picture of this snake that he saw at his place.
No, that's a good snake, isn't it?
No.
I can't tell.
Yeah, that's a good snake.
Allison.
That's like a king snake. That's not
a king snake.
that's a
Or is that
rat snake.
somebody?
What is that,
Chris? What is this?
What is this I'm looking at?
Because isn't the
Yeah, that's a good one.
copperhead inverse? Oh yeah, I see its head. Isn't the inverse color a copperhead, and that's the rat snake? Like, I'm never able to just think, is that no, copperheads are lighter.
Yeah, copperhead.
Copperheads are basically gingers.
What is that?
In the
Yes.
snake family. And I love my gingers, by the way. I got a lot of them in my family. Okay, what else we got? Anything fun?
Then Ian from Heartsole. All right, Chris just said yes, rat snake.
Yeah, that's the one you let go and you say, "Have a good day."
Mm.
You just ignore him. And
Uh-huh.
then Ian from Heartsole said, good morning, hacky heifers with 2 cows.
That's good. Thank
Is
you.
good.
Hacks heifers.
Thank you.
Haxy heifers.
Haxy heifers. Heifer hacks. Bring it on.
Haven't heard much from that guy lately.
Wait, what do you say? I cook to the hate. I eat the hate.
You slay.
I slay the hate.
Yeah.
We got it.
I'm working.
We love it.
Brain is working.
Okay.
Says the girl in the Peter Pan collar shirt.
Listen,
Pearl.
if you're new here, please understand that this is the way it goes. Okay, we get to the news, we get to the serious stuff, but we also have 4 kids between us and a lot of life, and have discovered that if you don't at least laugh some, we can't really be friends. So, this is the way it goes.
That reminds me, JP, I almost texted you yesterday, and I don't know why you were the first person that thought.
What?
I went for a walk, and I ate it so hard.
Really?
Yes, see, he's laughing. And I thought about the time that I don't know why you've asked me a few times about the time I fell down the stairs going to KIV's Christmas party.
Yeah.
So yesterday I'm just I am like getting it. I'm so proud of myself because we're at the lake house and there's a bunch of kids there and I got up and I go walk and I'm kind of going down a hill. And I think if it had been flat, I would have been okay.
Did you tumble?
Was it in front of people?
Did you I stepped on a pine cone.
You're too old to step on pine cones.
Y'all,
We
and it
tripped.
really scared me because okay, so my whole left leg just kind of crumbles. And I mean, when I say I hit the ground, I slammed the ground. I slammed my phone into you.
You have shatter marks on your phone.
I have a bruise. Y'all should see my knee. But the momentum that was behind me was stunning. And so I catch myself and I'm like, crap, that hurt. And then I go, did anybody see that?
Yeah, I was asked, did anybody see
And
it?
I start, oh gosh, my eyeballs are burning. I start looking around. No, nobody was around. But anyway, JP, you were the first person I thought of. I have no idea why.
Maybe because of all the times you were on the walking pad too. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, as you're talking, I'm waiting for
You're just
for me to eat it. But I started getting nervous. I'm like, that's how old people break hips. And like,
It
that's
is.
how you end up in the hospital.
We're too old for this. We can't, which is why we're working out so fervently because we want to avoid that. So see, that's why you're still young and fresh. You still got it.
But it was like a landmine. It was like pine cone and then 10 feet pine cone. I don't know how I hadn't eaten it before.
We'll see.
Look, I scraped out my new ring.
Oh,
It went all across the concrete.
you didn't tell Jared
Feel
about
that.
that part, did you?
No, I like.
Okay. Hold on.
Anyway.
We
Well,
still have
that's-
to just have a moment.
Yeah.
That's how we
For
know
her.
that
She's so pretty.
y'all are still heifers.
What did we decide to name her?
Stella.
Stella. That's right. Okay. Anywho, I'm glad you were okay.
Okay.
I'm too.
Sorry.
All right. Detour. And now, good sirs and ma'am,
Thank you.
that was perfect. Is it time for? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Is it montage?
See.
For news.
New rule, if you want the American dream, you have to take the American values. Something has changed in the equation. Now, most immigrants still want to assimilate, but some now have this other attitude of melting pot. You melt.
For you to pay a tiny little bit more for your gasoline, just remember you're doing it so that a very evil country cannot have a country. Really, it's the #1 state sponsor of terror in the world.
Really bad economic news right now. Home buyers in the United States of America, well, they just fell to their lowest rate in over a decade. According to Redfin, the number of home buyers right now has just hit its lowest level since 2013.
And you've not co-sponsored it since you became Democratic leader. Will you put Medicare for all up for a vote if you become Speaker?
Listen, these are all conversations that the House Democratic Caucus is going to have. Right now, we're focused on November 3rd, not January 3rd.
This is a queen that successfully and single-handedly undermined the Republican initiative to martyrize Charlie Kirk and use that example to crack down on political dissent. She dropped a grenade on the discourse.
Oh,
It's talking
we'll
about Candace Owens, by the way.
we will perhaps finish there because I know that that was trending for a good part of the weekend. And I don't know if you watched that debate. I didn't even know who the guy was that she was debating. I saw the closing bit and then the guy confronting her, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Because the first thing is something that we've all said for a while. But for Bill Maher to say this changes things, I think. Because the Democrats are apparently having massive problems with fundraising. Many are dropping like flies. But for a liberal's liberal, a progressive's progressive like Bill, to say this has big implications. And so what did you guys think about what he said? And do you think it will lead to an exodus from the Democrat Party? Because so many Democrats are for illegal immigration. I mean, like, that's their hill that they die on, is immigration. So what did you guys think about it? And I guess first, the statement that he unloads on immigrants who refuse to assimilate. But secondly, as a second issue, what about other Democrats who are going to begin to feel safe leaving the party, if at all, because of what he says, because they recognize that here's a safe person. If he's saying it and I'm already thinking it, maybe it's time to go. So throwing that out there.
I've never understood. It's the most bizarre thing that, America is still such a young country, and you do not become the world superpower by doing things the way everyone else does. You do something different, and the American experiment has always been different. And people from around the world have flocked to that because we give you a chance. You have to do the work, but we give you all the tools to be able to make something and be something and have a good, free life. For the longest time, that's why people wanted to come here. But now you're only left with they don't want to come here to do that anymore. I mean, I would have thought a while ago, maybe I could have argued that they're just, it's hard to leave your culture behind. It's just hard to get rid of some of the cultural norms from where you, no, they don't. So why this great land that you say you're seeking asylum or you want to be a refugee here, but then you want to come in and destroy it? It just doesn't work. And why we're allowing this to take place, at this point, it's not like we're slow on the uptake. We know what's happening. We see it happening. We see Dearborn and all these places. We see stupid Maine with a Muslim commission, which I'm sure is illegal. But everybody's like, oh, that's so progressive. And we're like, okay, this is good. Socialism is the way forward. And we just let it go on and on and on. And so this is a new world, and why we're not handling it, I don't know. We just shut it down. No more. You can't come in. You can't. And I did see that the temporary protective status is over for several countries, not just Haiti, but there were like 11 countries, Somalia being one of them. So are we going to do something with that? Because if you could start getting those people out, that would go a long way.
Yeah, well, they have. I mean, that's our legal right to deport them now. Their temporary protection status is over. Now, the question of will we do it, or will Mark away and say, guys, make my job easier, just naturalize. Maybe that's the question. I don't know. My hope isn't too high that they deport. They probably push for a naturalization. But but that used to be the common belief on immigration, what Bill Maher said. But now that's a radical position. Like my great grandmother's branch of my mom's side, my great grandfather's branch had been here literally since the 1630s. But my great grandmother, her whole family came from Ireland over. And I think I've told this story on the show before, but my great's cousin was the leader of the Molly Maguires, the Irish gang, and literally got hung because of, stuff he partook in. My great's grandfather, he came and he did it the right way. And actually, to this day, if you go to my mom's side in Pennsylvania, you don't talk about Jack Kehoe because they're like, he did it the wrong way. He came and he put shame on our family because we did it the right way. My great grandfather, his son, they all worked on the railroad in Pennsylvania. Kehoe's, they built, whichever great grandfather came over from Ireland, built the house up there with his hands, and it actually is still standing to this day if you go stand there. They did it the right way, but that is if you came and you brought Ireland with you and you tried to make a mess here, like that was shamed. That was looked down upon by the immigrants who came over and did it the right way and knew that America gave them a new life and tried to keep America as it was and make it better. But the ones who come and want to bring their country with them and wreck America, that seems to be the norm now. And if you say anything different and say, well, no, actually we want to keep our culture the same, then that's radical. And that's, that's like the fringe far right view, when that not too long ago was the mainstream view. But the problem too is, I mean, Beth, what you said about them leaving the party. Unfortunately, we do live in a two-party system, whether we like it or not. And my fear is like the Bill Mahers and the John Fettermans, they're not going to become Republicans.
Mm.
They may just leave the political process as a whole. Like John Fetterman may just stop running.
Yeah.
But the Democratic Party, like, you have to reform that. Just like how I say Republicans need to reform their side. Like, I just worry that if they leave, that just makes the Democratic side more radical, and it's just going to get worse. So I don't know, but it's at least refreshing to see we're not the only ones. Bill Maher's, the crazy atheists, and the liberals, they agree with us.
Yeah, it is crazy. I think number one on the immigration side, because I think it dovetails nicely into the number of home buyers into that conversation. So I'll save my thoughts on immigration there, except for this idea that basically a lot of the Muslims who are coming from those countries, can you imagine if we had 1/10 the verve that they do to do exactly what you say and just say no with as much fire as they have to say, we're coming to dominate. We're coming to take over. We are going to make America Muslim. If we had that kind of fire right back to say, actually, no, you refuse to assimilate. You refuse to become a part of the American experience. You're using our good nature against us. No, you get to go back. So just turn your butt right back around like they do sometimes. Do you guys ever watch the airport shows where they immigrate or they come over for a visit and they catch them at the airport and they book them on a flight right back out? We need to do a lot of that immediately. But where's our fire? Where's our ability to enforce the laws already on the books in regards to immigration? I don't know. But they are shaming us with their fervor to dominate and destroy America. And I think it's brave of Bill Maher and also insightful of him to talk about what's really going on. And so I think that helps the Democrats. And you're right, though. I don't think his pride, I saw this online this weekend, I don't think Bill Maher's pride or John Fetterman's will ever allow either man to say that they're Republican. They won't do it. And that's also what's wrong, is that we don't know how to work together anymore either.
What would happen if we got rid of political parties altogether? Think about that. I've never thought about it before until about a minute and a half ago. I mean, that's the way it was intended. We weren't supposed to have political parties. So what would that look like? How would we do that?
I mean, I guess just straight ballot. Whoever wants to run their names on a ballot. I don't know what kind of process we'd put in place to limit who's on the ballot, but I mean, that's how it was for Washington. But I mean, Washington was like, everybody was on board. Like, this is like, they were willing to make him king. So it kind of worked for him. I don't know how it would work.
It would be like California. They have a jungle primary, I guess. Yeah. And so you could have 3 Republicans at the top. You could have 3 Democrats. If we're wading into that, we're at a turning point in America where we need to add a third political party, whatever Tucker and Massey and Green are doing, or what's her new last name?
Oh, yeah.
Green Glenn. Could we reverse it? I don't know.
It would take a long time. And I worry that it would take many elections. And
but that probably would just turn out to be a democracy.
And
which we don't want.
We don't want that.
I guess. What would that?
I don't know. I think we're so naturally inclined one way or the other. We would drift toward it anyway based on who we'd vote for. And so it would be kind of the horseshoe theory where we'd end up where we thought we were getting away from. We'd end up right back there after a turnabout. But I don't know. It's an interesting thought. If we were truly a Christian nation, and if we actually, like Jason Bartlett said, soaked yourself in the word just for 30 days to find out what the Proverbs say, what the Psalms say, just for 30 days. And remember how he said the scales fell off his eyes and he was like, oh my gosh. If we viewed the world that way and we were actually governed by the 10 commandments instead of thousands and thousands of laws, if our hearts were different, I think we'd have a chance. But I think the way it is now, we tell on ourselves because we need all the laws. We need the parties. because we have to offer people an option. If you believe in these things, you're going to go this way, and you believe these things, you're going to go that way. I don't think we can do it without it, because we're not who we used to be. I don't know.
And
I don't know.
I think these midterms will tell all, because I mean, you've got municipal elections like Mamdani in New York and such, where the DSA candidates are winning. But if El Sayed wins a statewide race for Senate in Michigan, and he is one of our sitting members of our Senate, is a Sharia law activist and a communist. I mean, if you look, we played it in our Clown World, where he said, "Yeah, I think Bernie's model of some public subsidizing of private. Well, we need public control of private companies." Like pretty much saying we want to seize the means of production. If a communist Sharia law advocate becomes a sitting member of our Senate, that is,
oh my gosh,
we've reached a turning point. So these midterms, if El Sayed wins, and the other DSA candidates who are running for statewide offices win, that will be a major point. But again, it's the Republicans, their whole thing is like, well, if we just say what they've said so many times, then surely, well, no, because the current state of the Democratic Party, 58% of them think socialism is good. So get to work and do something. It's not like look, guys, look, yeah, they don't care. They voted for it. So, but these midterms will be the first where, like, if they win a statewide office, that will tell all.
Do y'all think the midterms, do you think it's a blue wave? Do you think it is as crushing as we think it's going to be?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay.
My observation is that while it looks horrible with, El Sayed and the others, I believe it's woken people up. They're awake to the evils that these candidates represent. If Republicans turn out, we'll be okay.
Yep.
But we need a fight. And so a fight has been offered. And sometimes I think we are so apathetic toward the political process that unless things like this happen, where you go, oh, okay, so you want a socialist or a communist representing you or not? That's the only thing save a presidential year election that will get people out to vote. So that's my hope. But, who knows? There's a lot of time between now and then, and a lot of money is going to be spent on all the races. But I hope that this will fire people up enough to get out and vote.
Scary.
Mm-hmm. It really is scary. Truly.
I tend to agree. I don't think it's going to be as bad as we think. I don't know. I just can't figure out why Trump and the Republicans aren't helping themselves more, unless they've just kind of given up and they know it's coming. But
interesting.
I don't think some of the messaging coming out of Washington and the Republican side is really helping. And I think we'll get to that. The gas prices comment, that kind of stuff doesn't really help. Home buying, we'll talk about that. That's scary. That's not a good sign. And Hakeem Jeffries, the Medicare for All, is there a longer clip of that? Because I don't really, was he just...
There is. The longer clip is just him not answering the question.
Okay.
And there's an old clip. I almost put it in, but it was old, talking about if the Democrats come in power next, they're going to do Supreme Court overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to put term limits on Supreme Court justices. They're going to do, so that kind of, goes along with that of if they get power, this is their goal. They're not going to do like Republicans did and just like, no, they're coming for the throat.
Yeah.
And Medicare for all, like that's part of it.
Yeah. Well, it's okay if you play the longer clip. I think it's a good conversation. It's all really good things in the montage. So yeah, I can't wait to talk about those when we get back.
If we have time, the Alabama proficiency numbers came out in literacy, reading, math. If we have time, sometime this week, let's go over those numbers.
Can we plunge on that? Can you put it out there and then let's plunge on Thursday?
Y'all will be shocked.
Are we going to cry like the teachers in their cars talking about kids who can't read?
What's sad is I think this is better than where we were.
Oh, dear Lord.
We got some work to do. We'll be back. I mean, even the prison system has a code. Yeah, the prisoners that harm children are considered more evil than everyone else. And I think that's applicable here. Can we play the beginning of that where Dr. Christine is interviewing one of the patients? She detransitioned.
Mm-hmm.
That's herself.
My name's Clementine. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm currently a student at UCLA right now. I love writing. I'm 21 years old as well.
What are some of the health problems that you experienced while you were on treatments and after surgery? And I know that's probably a tough question, but thank you for talking about it.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I dealt with a lot of complications from being on puberty blockers before I hit puberty. I have constant joint pain and bone density loss as well. They didn't explain to me the potential lifelong consequences.
Did it feel like you were leading the process, or did it feel like someone or someone else were leading you in the process?
I started seeing a guidance counselor at my school. She started telling me, you might be suffering from gender dysphoria.
This is why it is so, and I'm going to choose my words carefully. I want to say criminal, but it is so wrong. This is why I have been screaming from the rooftops since Alabama put mental health coordinators in every single school. Since I went to our local high school, Oak Mountain High School in Shelby County, which is Shelby County is the reddest of the red counties in Alabama. At my children's school, about 4 years ago, the mental health coordinator bill was passed, I think, in 2021. You could go to the guidance counselor's office, not even walk into an office. You didn't even have to speak to a guidance counselor. You could walk into the lobby, walk up to a table where there was a stack of about 50 printouts of resources for you as what high schoolers, or you're between maybe 14, 15, 18, 19, where you could take without speaking to any adult, without speaking to a parent, without speaking to a friend, with zero counsel. You could grab a sheet of paper that gave you all the resources of how to change your name, of how to change your birth certificate, all these gender transition resources. It was a gender transition resource guide that was provided by the Magic City Acceptance Academy. And downtown, don't get me started. Your tax dollars are paying for this crap. And that's exactly how it started for this one young girl. She was having an off day, an off week, a tough month, maybe a tough year. Life is hard. Being a girl in high school and unsure, and your body's changing, and your friends are mean, and all these things are happening, and you're unsure. And she goes to a guidance counselor at her school, just needing an adult to point her in the right direction. And that's what we teach our kids. Listen to the adults, obey your teacher. You know, they're wiser and older than you. And so she walks in, she needs help, she's vulnerable, and she finds herself now pushed down a river, a flooding river that can't be stopped. And I don't know, I haven't listened past that, but I don't know what turned her around. But that guidance counselor is what kicked this off, and they need to be held accountable as well. I guarantee you there was not one phone call placed to a parent. They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that. And with this SEL, all this mental health, your kids go to group therapy in class now, and they sit around and they talk about their feelings, and they talk about their home lives, and they talk about if their moms are mean, and if they have shame about their body, whatever. It is tragic, and it is wrong. And it has forever changed this girl's lives and I'm guessing the rest of the documentary is just more people. I want to know when the doctors will come to repentance. And I don't know if they will, but they have got to be held accountable. This is, I mean, what, JP, that was 45 seconds, and I'm pretty fired up.
Yeah. And I think the part that the wolves in white coats is a perfect name for it, because they were profiting off of recommending these surgeries. So that's malicious intent. And then again, the fact that a school counselor was the one. I mean, when you send your kids to schools, you're entrusting them with those administrators, and the fact that she misled her. And I mean, I think about, like, if a kid's like, oh, I think I'm a dinosaur. I want to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex today. And the counselor was like, maybe you should go and have surgery to put a tail on you. Maybe you should go. Like, you think about how absurd that is. This is no different. It's no different at all. So yeah, it's the perfect advocate for school choice at the very least. At its extreme, it is. I think Brad from Crimestone actually put it perfectly. The only word strong enough is damnable.
Yeah. Hell.
Yeah.
You can go to, I bet.
Welcome back to the Right Side. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP, rolling through the montage. Then at 11:30, we will get into the Muslim Minute. And I don't even know what you've picked this time for our minute today.
I've actually got 3 or 4 candidates. I'm still picking.
I can't look.
Do you usually
play them all? No,
okay.
I just am always surprised, but I found some things that were interesting, because now that we know it's coming, I kind of look for the newest stats on it and I go, that's the whole thing. So I can't wait. But next up on our list, I'm going to go in order today. Y'all should be proud of me for trying hard to go in order. Well, is this in order? Was the second thing that we talked about home buyers?
Second thing was Trump's comments on gas prices. And then
there it is. I wrote it so small I couldn't even see it. I'm sorry about that. It's the old lady eyes. Okay, what do you guys think about do the Trump impression of paying more in gas, please?
Just pay a little more, just a little bit more on gas. So Iran does not have a nuclear weapon.
That was good.
But the way he said it, he was like, just a little more, just a little more. Like, guys, like, it's just pocket change. I actually saw a poll during the break. Granted, it was a CNN poll, but the number was still staggering. Of 74% of Americans say that higher gas prices have negatively impacted them financially. Mm-hmm. So you can say, look, guys, I understand this is bad. Like, it's not fun. We're trying our best, but this is why. So that would make it maybe a little better, but like the quit your whining, it's just a little more. That is just the condescending tone. And I don't know if y'all saw the big debate on Twitter. Again, maybe I'm just online too much, but with the $20 burrito debate, where Matt Walsh I think he was the one that started it, that tweeted out, like, grocery prices are insane. This is a problem. And he was calling out Republicans for acting like it's not a problem and thinking that people are just complaining. And they were sort of the split of like the Tucker Carlson and the Matt Walsh crowd saying, like, this is a problem. We got to bring down prices. Then there was the side of like Ben Shapiro. I think Joel Berry, that is Babylon B #2 guy. They were like, $20 is how the market says it is. Deal with it. So I can understand a bit of both of like, okay, yeah, Gen Z should just like stop whining for the most part and just accept reality as it is. But also there is the side of it of like, a burrito should not be that much and home prices should not be that high. And like, yes, I get it. Gen Z needs to just accept reality as it is, but also this is insane. So you can have both of like, guys, I know this is bad, but we're trying to fix it. This is how. I think just the condescending tone from Republicans and Trump is the problem. And I think that's why people are running to socialism, because they see that grocery prices, gas prices, home prices are so high. And one side saying like, get over it. And the other side's like, we'll make everything free. Which side do you think Gen Z is going to run to? So, you know, it's just better messaging and tone with it.
Yeah, the free side, of course, because, hey, the newest wave of socialism started when our kids played soccer. That'd be you, JP, or basketball, and you got trophies for doing nothing. Yeah. And so that idea has been ingrained in a group of people's brain for quite some time. So, yes, they're going to run to the free stuff.
Why are prices high? Somebody answer that for me. There's a very simple answer.
I
What is it?
The Strait.
Yeah.
Which was open before we started this war. And we can't seem to open it and control it. Meanwhile, there's reports that Donald Trump wants to use nuclear weapons on Iran. I mean, it's like, I messed up. I listened to some bad people. I got ourselves into a mess. I didn't really have a plan and never really laid out the plan because I didn't have one. So can everybody just be cool with what I've done? I just, it's, there's zero taking responsibility for where we are. And I have a problem with that. Again, it goes back to messaging. There's a way to say, you know what? We were going in to free these people. We needed to deal with this for 47 years. 47 years a year, all the time. All that's true. We didn't know what we were up against in terms of, how the capabilities they had. Just be honest with people. People don't like the bravado. People don't like it when you come in and you talk to them like they're stupid. We all see what's going on. We all see it. We all know why gas prices are high. But there could have been some talking points on the front end that did make us go, you know what? Maybe this is worth it. A little short-term pain for long-term gain. But I think we're past that. And now it just falls flat. And you're like, what? We're in a worse spot with Iran than we were before we started over there. And nobody's any freer. And they apparently still have lots of munitions that we didn't know they had. We're out of bombs. It's just a mess. It is an absolute mess. And you put on, on X during the break, foreclosure rates in Pittsburgh, which, who wants to live in Pittsburgh? I kind of get it. But 162% increase from this time last year. Like, something's happening and it's not very good. And I know they want to say there's a lag from administrations. Sometimes it looks like Obama gets in and it's better, whatever it is, new president. Well, maybe that was the previous administration's regulations or deregulation. There's a little bit of lag there. Bottom line is Trump's going to get nailed for this. And we probably will in the midterms too. But it doesn't seem like they're really doing anything to help themselves. Meanwhile, burritos and food is up like 37%. I mean, think about that. You're almost paying 50% more for every chicken tender at Cane's, JP.
Oh, I know.
It's just, and we're supposed to just take it while you ran on the platform of no new wars and we're going to bring the economy back and golden age. It's not looking very golden.
I agree. There is a lack of humility. And I don't know if we can expect humility from someone like Trump. I don't know if we can expect somebody to come out and message better, even right now, if you chose to regroup and say the things that you've said. We get it. It's expensive right now. Here's why. But as we've said for weeks, the helping people out in Iran disappeared. How many weeks ago? Like, it was around for 3 days and then it was gone. And so while I agree that gas prices are high because the Strait, that's jamming everything up. I think it weaves into the greater story also, though, of immigration. And that's another reason why so many prices are high too. And it's a calamity. Like, all of it to me is just a big calamity. I found a list of all the reasons why things are so high right now, and it related back to immigration. And I'll go find it. It's from that Matt Van Wall guy from North Carolina. But the lack of humility is what just hits me square between the eyes in a situation like this, when we can all see what's going on. And Republicans are notoriously bad at leading when they're given the reins. And we see this once again, being bad at leading and being bad at saying, okay, look, guys, we got to pivot. We're not good at that. And we're not good at acknowledging problems. And I know there are people in all of our lives that can't acknowledge things that are like as plain as the cake in front of my computer, but they won't acknowledge it, because if we just don't acknowledge it, then it doesn't exist. And that is going to bite us on the butt. And I don't know if it's going to be in midterms. I don't know if it's going to be down the road, but that will hurt us, this refusal to acknowledge that, you know what, guys, there are things we could do better, and we're sorry we haven't tried until now.
Yeah.
I want to know, I really am curious, is it a resource thing why he was saying immigration is to blame, for partly to blame? Is it just we don't have the resources, a supply and demand?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm grabbing my.
So there's not enough burritos to go around?
Yeah, I mean that overall is going to increase prices. You've got more people in your country, and then on top of it here illegally. Yeah. Supply and demand. We got more mouths to feed. The market does.
Okay.
But when we get down to the problem of messaging, this is just a fact. And I'm going to try not to be offensive or ageist when I say this to the Republican Party. The Republican Party is really the party of capital right now, and the party of boomers, from the standpoint of, and I'm not saying capital is bad. Obviously, I'm a capitalist. But that is the truth, where you got one side is the wealthier for the most part. The Republican side is. So the people who own capital and the people who have money, they don't care. $20 burrito. Yeah, I'll throw a couple more for gas. I don't care. I got money, no problem. Where that they lose touch. The Republican Party has lost touch with the common American citizen. And again, I'm not saying capital, that's bad. That's good. That's the whole system. But in terms of messaging, that's where you lose people. And it's, for my generation, and this couples with the home buyer situation, the American dream, and I think back to like on my mom's side, where you could just work the railroad and have a nice white picket fence, and you didn't have to have tons of money to just have a home, a nice, home, and live the American dream. Where it's like now, with my generation, you almost have to have like a 6-figure salary just to have that same sort of house for the most part. And like whatever the cause is, that is true. And again, like you can say, well, that's reality. You got to figure out how to play your cards right and deal with it. But also it is reality. That's crazy. And that's not how it used to be. So you can say, look, like, hey guys, put the weed down and get up and just go work. And maybe you'll, make something of yourself. But also you can acknowledge the fact that's not how our parents had it. That's not how our grandparents had it. And that's a problem. We have to fix it. So the get off my lawn messaging is not going to work with Gen Z, because the reality is reality. People are going to go to socialism when they lose hope, and one side is having the free, the socialism messaging. So we have to meet the socialism messaging with actual answers instead of like, just get over it. Who cares? Like, it's the loss of touch. I think that's the main problem with the Republican Party.
But I also think it's layered. It's monetary policy. It's not having a gold-backed dollar. Mm-hmm. And so that was done during Nixon. So that's first. That's what sent mothers into the workplace, also post-industrial revolution as well. But not having a gold-backed dollar is almost where you can trace the beginnings of the trouble we're having right now with our monetary policy. We have lots of other things, but that's one of them. Then I think the other part, though, is that Gen Z is ripe for the picking when it comes to socialism, because it's also what you guys were taught in school in Common Core. Victim, victor, oppressed versus oppressor. So those ideas of capitalism weren't ingrained into you. Like, just look at the teachers across the country talking about what's going on in the classroom. We know what's going on in the classroom. So that's another layer to the problem. Then you also see, though, that while the boomer generation I don't think they've lost touch, because many of them are retired and they're watching every penny. So many of them are on fixed incomes and they can't afford things, or they afford less because their dollar. They remember the golden era of the 70s and 80s. And so I think they're affected as well. I think what it is elites at the top. But if you go back, though, and you look at immigration, here's what goes down if we deal with it. And this is where Republicans are really screwing up. This is, to me, the biggest way that they're messing up. Think about all the big companies that are allowed to come in and buy up neighborhoods full of homes, like BlackRock. Do you remember when we uncovered a lot of that back in the day?
Yeah.
So it is a layered, I think it is 10 layers deep, maybe even more, as to why we've ended up here. But I do think that Gen Z has been primed and made ready for the socialist ideology. And if you look at how long this plan of communism, socialism has been in place, then you fall right into their hands and you go, oh, ta-da, here it is. We've made an economically untenable society. Look, our ideas are so beautiful. It's never been tried the right way. See, there's the messaging that they always try. It's never been tried the right way, but we're here and we're going to get it right. And so a lot of things are happening at once so that it is a tempest and it's not good. But the Republicans are not helping at all with messaging. I agree with you, JP. And we're not helping at all when it comes to immigration. If we would enforce immigration and deport, I've got a list of things that goes down immediately because right now we're in charge. And when too many dollars are chasing too few things, of course the prices are going to go up. And so that's why I hold Republicans squarely responsible for that right now, because it's not good.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can we edit this part out if I don't like it after I ask it?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I really mean this, but I'm thinking of the midterms and what will happen if we lose the majority or if they actually win both chambers. Are we at the point where like we just want them to lie to us?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, maybe not lie, but like Donald Trump, just say, we're gonna fix this. We got it. We know what we're doing. We're going after this straight. We're gonna open it up. Stick with us. You got just a few more weeks. Like we got this. Your housing prices, we're gonna do blah 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 blah. Even if you kind of know that it'll be really hard to do it. Like I'm kind of at the point where I kind of want him to lie to me. But then that would make me mad. That's what they always do. That's what they do during an election cycle. And they tell you they're going to do all these things. But if we lose in November,
the Democrats have been very honest about what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they can do it all. It's like Mondami. Mom Donnie.
Just call him Mom Dunny.
I knocked over a candle. Okay. I'm going to arrest Bibi Netanyahu when he comes to New York City. He said that. Well, it turns out he didn't do the research before, but there were people that voted for him because of that. So is there a way we can like, tell the truth, but not tell the truth, but just leave out some part? I don't know, but it's bad. If they take over, it's bad.
It was based on the article from months ago in Salon. Remember that, JP? I mean, again, we said in the first hour, what if we had the same fire that the Muslims who have come here illegally or legally, probably legally because they know they don't want to get kicked out, but we're going to figure out a way to get them out. If we had that kind of fire, we would have already handled this. But we don't. We don't have that kind of fire. And so, yeah, there is a chance that the Democrats win and they do all the things that they want, like impeach Trump and put him in jail. Because they said that. Pack the court. Do whatever they want to do, raise prices. You think taxes are bad now? You think prices are bad now? Just wait, because their plan is to get to the place of socialism so that the government is completely in charge and we have nothing. And guess what? We'll remember that little phrase from Klaus Schwab. You'll own nothing and you'll like it. That's what they want. And so maybe this battle between socialism and capitalism will finally get people out and caring about a midterm election. But you're not wrong. If they win, this is where it's hard not to get blackpilled. And this is where we have to hold on to our faith, because we really would rather you just say, we've got this. Just say that. But again, it's back to messaging. They're bad at messaging, and they Gosh, I hope they pick somebody good for Caroline Leavitt's spot. Marco Rubio, could you calling Marco Rubio? Could somebody who's good at messaging just get up there and message well? That'd be great. Thanks.
Well, I will
sign the American people.
I will say this. I do get very optimistic when I hear JD Vance talk about this because he's got spot on. And again, whether he's sincere or not, or whether he's just in tune with what we want to hear, but the messaging is very good of like socialism. Yeah, it's bad. The way to do it is not just say it's bad. It's to actually fix it, fix the problems that are causing socialism, which is home prices, which is grocery prices, which is gas prices. So that if the 2028 candidate can at least have that messaging, maybe that's a Brandon Gill too. Brandon Gill could have that messaging because he's talking so much about the immigration and the problems it's causing. So that is what makes me optimistic if that 2028 candidate can have that sort of messaging.
But here's the problem is, while I agree with you, JD Vance is right. But the other thing JD Vance has to do is tell people they've got to connect the dots. You can't just say it's bad. We don't want socialism. We have to tell people why it's bad and what's happened to the places where it's been followed before. So we've got to do that, but it's a both and. Then we have to tell people, and we got to get serious about deportations. They go together. Here's what happens if we get serious about immigration, and we need to get serious about it yesterday. Housing prices plummet, crime decreases, insurance rates fall, hospital overcrowding eases, emergency rooms become less strained, classrooms become less crowded, wages increase, insurance rates drop, traffic decreases, rent prices fall. I mean, have you heard how expensive rent is? Remember listening to Will and Kinsey talk about how expensive it is right now? For the love of all that's good, JP, it's exactly what you've said. Who can buy a house? Welfare spending plummets. Think about how many people are on welfare, and they're telling you about it in Minnesota. Competition for starter home drops. Court systems become less burdened. Nearly all prices on everything drops. All government services are less strained, and teenagers can get jobs again. Literally everything gets better, Matt Vanwall says, and he's not wrong. That's what happens if we would get serious about immigration. That's what it's time to start asking our elected officials to do. Like, do that right now. Like, ship the TPS people out, find the immigrants. That would solve a world of problems that we're dealing with. And so I think our next candidate for president needs to have already gained traction on it because they're doing something about it now. But I think those two things go together. But come on, Republicans.
Well, here's the problem too, is that the common American citizen, they can relate to those problems being better, whereas the Republican donors and the people in Trump's ear with immigration, they don't view it that way. They view it as they're losing their cheap labor. They could care less about grocery prices. They could care less about, I'm losing my cheap labor. So I think that also goes with, along with the problem too of why there hasn't been as many mass deportations probably.
It's true, except they don't understand that once those guys get deported and back out, everything goes down. And so that cheap labor you're looking for is still going to be less expensive because the competition goes back to Americans wanting to get those jobs versus the immigrants competing for jobs that they say Americans won't do. That's not true. So please, for the love, would you guys get your lives together when it comes to immigrating and deporting, or deporting, not immigrating? Please. Please.
What are you looking at, JP?
I was going to say, can we talk about something fun in the last segment? Yeah. It's been a black pill show today.
We're almost Vanta Black. Where are you guys?
We have so many. We've got Hassan Piker to talk about.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Let's talk about it.
What do you want to talk about?
We'll talk about Hassan Piker.
Candace Owens.
That's great.
Okay, well.
Oh, I don't even pay attention to Candace. I'll just learn from y'all. I'm so over her. I could not even care. I don't even know who she was talking to. I'm like, duh. The people that still give her attention, gag. But that's just me. Okay, we'll be back. Search Wolves in White Coats. The documentary, the interviews would pull up, and probably HHS website. We also have a podcast that we filmed with Dr. Christine, who, people will say, well, RFK Jr. is not a doctor. Well, Dr. Christine is actually. He's an Emory trained urologist that practiced here in Birmingham for years before he went to Washington. But we did a podcast with him probably 6 months ago. He was one of the first podcasts we filmed.
He was the first.
He was the first, which is crazy. But he goes through not just this. We do talk about this, but kind of what he's doing at HHS. It's a really good listen if you want to go learn more about him. But like I said, he'll be on this Thursday on the show live at 11:30. So looking forward. I think this is going to be huge, as it needs to be. And I hope. You think mainstream media makes anything out of this?
I already looked it up, and the article headlines are Vance accuses hospitals, accuses, I will say this though, with the like RFK and the HHS, that it may be one of the biggest victories in terms of what was going on and the depravity of what was going on to now. So I'm very grateful that RFK Jr. and Brian Christine are in the positions they are.
Yep.
This is Vice President J.D. Vance. I'm here with my friends and colleagues, of course, our great Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Admiral Brian Christine, the Assistant Secretary for Health. Parents bring their children to doctors because they trust them. They trust doctors to tell them the truth, and they trust hospitals to put their children ahead of ideology and profit. But when that trust gets violated, parents deserve to have a government that will stand up for them and for their kids and do something about it. Today, the Trump administration is proud to announce we're doing exactly that.
Today, HHS released Wolves in White Coats, a report examining pediatric gender medicine and insurance building across America. The findings raise serious questions about what families were told, what insurers were told, and how these procedures were built.
Hello, welcome back. Heavy conversation for a Monday. But you know what? We're here, we're up and not crying, and we're dealing with reality as it is.
Explosive diarrhea.
Yeah.
Does that
Think
make
for yourself.
I just was trying to get everybody to laugh. There we go. JP's coming back.
Explosive diarrhea.
Abs is like, that's my daily life.
It is my
It's like
daily
all you gotta
life.
say is poo poo. It's like
I mean, listen, our new little puppy had diarrhea, and it was funny to hear the newlyweds talk about the poop and the puppy. We're like, hey, welcome to
Diarrhea.
reality. We do reality
Sliding
well
in the
here.
first.
That's what we do. Are you singing the song?
Diarrhea. Yeah, but JP's texting. He's not paying attention.
I'm trying to. Are we doing a Muslim minute?
Oh, that doesn't sound not
That's not
spelled.
sound fun, but yeah, we'll do it.
That's up to y'all. Abs has got her goodie bag on the table.
What do
still.
you want me to, guys? I'll do what. Just tell me. What are we doing? Are we doing Muslim minute and then goodie bags?
Muslim. Charlie says Muslim.
Maybe we should sandwich the bad with the good.
Okay.
End the show with the goodie bag.
Okay. All right.
But it's up to y'all.
We'll do
The baddie
the
bag.
minute. We'll do the minute and maybe try to have some laughter. Let's see if we can be very satirical about the Muslim minute today.
Okay.
Okay?
Try.
Ready?
And make
Let's
it
go.
Fun.
Okay, y'all ready for the
Muslim
minute with Charlie?
You're going to be the president of the United States of America. No one, going Michael Ali, who can stop you from becoming a president. Dream big, have a vision. Because if Barack Hussein Obama can be a president, Sohaib Jawad cannot be a president? Tell him. He's going to be a president. He's talking about that the Muslims will take over Mecca. They used to laugh at him. What happened? What is Mecca now? What is Mecca? It's coming. Change is coming to America. And what is Allah telling us? Kuntum khayra ummatin. You are the best of nations. You're better than everybody else. That's what Allah is saying. Let's work towards that. Let's work towards a Muslim mayor. Next election that comes in, nominate people for the school board of education. Next election that comes here, nominate people for the local township. Begin the demographics change. People converted. There's a big, huge conversion going on in this country. But where are the converts? They just convert and they're gone in the wilderness. The other thing, children. Muslims have the highest population. Average, they did Pew Foundation did a research study, Pew Foundation, and they said that Muslim household average is 3.4 child per family. The white American has 1 child per family. We're already beating the march because these are voters. These are not just babies being born in hospitals. These are voters. That's the way a politician looks at it. We have to change the framework and start looking at things from a different lens, different angle. For future, you're not going to change society today in your lifetime, but you think about your grand.
So they're more theologic in their thinking than we are. They're having children to raise them as arrows to shoot into the universe. Also, they're here to dominate and then to destroy us. Sure. Okay. Also, is that the same? What city was that in?
I'll have to go find it.
Because y'all did see where the slaughter of animals has been approved in yet another city in America, and then backyard slaughtering is allowed. So let's just throw that in the conversation with him, talking about all the plans that they have. I'm sorry, I just saw that over the weekend, and I wondered if you'd seen it too. Your thoughts on what that very pleasant man said from his pulpit? I don't even know what that's called for them.
JP, that's the opposite of fun.
That's why I asked y'all.
That was not fun.
That was the worst one I've seen yet. That one made me want to punch a wall. And it is so maddening because we sit and I look at what's happening in Texas. Y'all, Greg Abbott is a biscuit. Greg Abbott is not one of us. He is my latest target. I am so over that man. He is bought and paid for by Muslims and Pakistanis, and he is such a liar. Did y'all see the whole Islamic foot wash thing that went down
in the DFW airport?
Yes. And Greg Abbott came out and said, "Oh, we will not stand for that. That is illegal." Well, y'all, they're already there. Taxpayers have already funded them. He is just using semantics to make himself look less sus because that's exactly what he is. They wanted to install more. So their tax dollars are going to be used and have been for foot washes for Muslims only. That is illegal. And Governor Abbott just looks away. And the way Texas goes is the way America goes. I hate to say it, but we're watching it happen. It's like when he went back on the Epics. God, now you've done it, JP.
Now you've done did it.
The stupid Epic City or Meadowbrook or whatever they're calling it now. What are they calling it?
Something with Meadow in it, to make it less horrible.
Yes, the Meadows. They don't have permits and they're building these buildings and they don't have Go mow him down, Greg Abbott, but he won't because he is bought off. And it is our elected officials that are selling us down the road. Because that man, whoever that guy is, means what he's saying, and they have a plan, and they are executing their plan very, very well.
Mm.
And our elected officials are allowing them a Muslim commission in Maine to examine and get more Muslims. I don't even know. What are they going to do? Put in more Muslim things in Maine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's legal. Where's the freedom from religion, whatever those stupid people are?
Separation of church and state.
Yeah, where are they?
Hiding.
Hey, wait, we can start our own thing. Why don't we sue Maine?
We can sue Maine. I'll sue Maine.
Do we know anybody in Maine? Because I don't know if we would have standing because we don't live there.
Oh, what was the representative who got censured?
Do we know him?
For she was on I don't know if it was with y'all or with Phil, but she got censured for the Facebook post about trans sports. Remember that girl?
Oh yes, I do
remember.
remember. Wait, she was on with us, wasn't she?
No.
Was that okay? Somebody else. So truly, and look, I hear you. Some of you are like, but we want to evangelize them too. Great. We should. And Sharik Khan, whom someday we will get on the show. We met him in Dallas. He's willing to come. We talked to him. It's been a while, but we're going to get him. Okay. So we get that. That's happening right now. And many of them are turning to Christ. Praise God. He's an ex-Muslim. But you also have the reality of who they are while they're here and what they're trying to do. And so Allison's right. For the militant, and they all are, if they actually, I saw this weekend, if you follow the book, or there are 3 books, but if you follow what the Quran says, that's just straight up Islam. There's no violent, there's no extremist, there's no any of that with it. But when are we going to get the courage that they show, the audacity that they show in our country? Where are our officials going to, or when are they going to gain it for themselves and decide that they're going to fight back? How long can you remain ignorant of history? And I have a question, and this is an uncomfortable question. And I've been waiting to ask it because I saw this on Thursday while I was moving Molly in, and I thought this is interesting as a mother with daughters.
As a wife.
And as a wife, you're right. And a sister. Would people be more concerned? I'm just asking, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. Do you hear me? Do you read our ticker? Allegedly. Do you think people would be more concerned about Islam if we could see and maybe let the women who are covered up from head to toe Do we understand in some cases what that's covering up? Is that covering up abuse?
Oh,
Is that covering up women being beaten? Is that covering up women who have been raped by their husbands? Because it is. I mean, look at the videos on Twitter. Look at how they treat their wives. Look at what they're allowed to do. Do you think more people would be concerned if you could see that instead of that being covered up? Because their motives are quite naked. But the people that they're taking out their violence on are completely covered up, and you're not even really allowed to talk to them or look at them. But would that get people's, like, would the hair on the back of their neck stand up and they go, oh, maybe we should do something? If you could see that, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Just asking questions.
That's not an angle that I had considered before. And then I started thinking about it last week and I thought, oh, holy cow. Would you care then?
well, how about? I just assumed it was some like I haven't ever. Okay, you see Muslims running around in their niqabs, right?
That's good.
They're knickerbockers.
Yes, that's right.
And they're hijabidities.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't really think about why they're wearing them. And so the Muslim men don't lust after them, right?
Yeah, apparently not.
Because their eyeballs aren't hot, but their cheeks are.
Yeah, and even their ankles are.
Their
apparently.
ankles.
And toes.
Nobody has pretty ankles.
Not a single soul.
Anyway. Okay, and then you look and you see these little 3-year-old girls running around in knickerbockers. And that's where you're like, these people are a bunch of sick people. Really? This is so you don't lust after the 3-year-old girl? You nasty. Really?
Well, they do marry 6-year-olds, so.
It's awful if you think about what they're doing and why those poor 3-year-olds that are, I mean, you're just learning how to walk. How do you learn how to ride a bike in those things?
Carefully. Do you see the woman swimming in the ocean in her knickerbocker?
Yes.
And her husband coming out?
Yes. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And have you watched the women eat? You have to pull up that thing so you can eat your ice cream cone under.
I saw that. I wondered if JP would play it. That almost needs to go on Clown World. Yes.
Yeah, you're like,
but it really brings you to this question. It begs the question, what are we not allowed to see because so many of them are covered? What are we not allowed to really think about, like Allison is saying, because they're covered up? Why are you covering up a 3-year-old? Why are you lifting your face to slip some food in? Like, why?
Because that cheeseburger is really seductive.
It is very seductive. So
actually, you remember Paris Hilton and the Hardee's commercial?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe now. Maybe the cheeseburgers will get you. But
I'm just asking questions. You make very good points, but this is what we're dealing with. And really kind of circling back around to the beginning of the show when we're talking about the strength that they have executing their plan. And we're like, well, but the First Amendment gives them free speech. Really? Does it give them free speech to lay hands on their women or marry young or female genital mutilation? We are known as a cutting state. But the women are completely left out of the conversation because they're covered up and almost forgotten. How is that okay in America?
I don't know how they're allowed to hold office.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna read comments, and then Amy Beth is gonna open her goodie bag, and then we're gonna do this or that to end the show.
Okay, fine. Let's go.
So first, Brad from Crimestone talking about the Trump discussion on gas prices. He said, "It sounds as if you're expecting Trump to exhibit some humility and even admit that he has been dishonest at times. Are we also expecting Zoran the commie to embrace Austrian economics?"
Sir, no. But we wish that he would.
Yeah.
Zoran's Mumduni's on his own. I just made up his name. Okay, I understand
Mumdummy.
what his name is. But no, I don't think that he will. But we are putting it out there because maybe somebody's listening. and they'll go, well, maybe we shouldn't be so horrible.
Yeah, like his advisors, I don't know if you need new ones or what, but somebody just convince him, even if he doesn't believe it. I don't even care. Maybe it's just because it's Monday and I'm fired up.
He also said Trump is a disciple of New Thought. It's part of his worldview to not acknowledge the things out of existence.
To not acknowledge things out of existence.
Okay.
Deep.
That is deep. I agree with you. We're just
I get it.
positing
Okay,
things
that's
that we wish could happen.
Yeah.
He also said, talking about the Islam clip, he said Barack Hussein Obama. I was told that means he's an Islamophobe.
Yes.
He kind of alluded to the fact that Barack is Muslim.
He is. Barack said
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
We just have buried that clip as well.
Buried.
Red rum.
That is good.
Bird.
See, that's funny.
yeah.
Okay, this is good.
All right.
I feel
We're
better.
not going to die.
One more. Heather Weeks from earlier in the show. She said she's seen one snake this summer.
Hey, Heather.
Is she still alive?
Yeah. Did you kill it?
Yeah. No, it was Heather. I guess so. She's texting.
Yeah, she's okay. Maybe from the hospital room because she was bitten.
What do you do if you see a snake? Do you run?
Leave it alone.
Do they run after you?
No. Most of the time, they just want to be left alone.
Okay.
But if you come up on it, then it will get you. But no, they don't chase you.
Yeah. We just want to avoid the kind that you said you saw. Were you the one that said it was coiled up in the ball in the striking position?
Whoa, that was Jay who was walking with his football
No,
friends.
thank
Yeah.
you.
We were on our senior retreat walking
Mhm.
back, and we were ahead of the group. So imagine if all the like teachers and girls saw it, they would have freaked out.
So if it's coiled up, don't just like walk
It just
by.
wants to
You
be
probably
alone.
just need
And
to.
that's what the rattler's for, to let them know, like, leave me alone.
Mm.
But yeah, he was coiled up in the ball in the middle, and he saw us, and I saw his rattle slowly come up and go.
Oh,
Like,
no, thank you.
Don't try it, because he
No,
knew we were
thank
about to
you.
throw rocks at it.
It's a hard pass.
Did y'all see our friend Jason Bartlett who was fishing? He got a bass boat. He feels so American.
Did he really?
Yeah, but he goes out and he's up in Huntsville and he's fishing and he posts a video of an alligator.
Oh, there's gators in Huntsville.
I'm sorry. Hold on, everybody. My family.
Oh.
Are you listening right now? Also, it's true. Say that again, Allison Sinclair.
Yeah, I thought it was all just like,
No.
like I caught a fish that was this big and I stole it out of the mouth of an alligator.
Chris Shaver, are you listening?
No, Chris Shaver, you can go look. There's a video you can watch the alligator go under. And then
cheers.
A few minutes later, he posts another video and it's a log, a fallen, kind of rotted out log. And Jason, love him. He's so happy. He's like giddy. He's like, I'm in my bass boat and I put my hand on this log to push away. And I looked down and there's a cottonmouth. I thought it was squishy and it was a cottonmouth. He had pushed away on the cottonmouth. And as he's videoing, the cottonmouth jumps out of the tree towards him, goes in the lake. But I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Well, the cottonmouths up there are because we're in the same. He was. What lake was he on?
That one.
Was he on
There's Elk River.
Okay, the Elk River, maybe.
It looked kind of like a swamp.
But when I tried to explain to people a couple years ago that there were actually no one believed me.
No,
there's
a serious alligator problem, and the reason why my grandfather told me this story because he worked on the arsenal for years was that there was a beaver problem on the arsenal, and they were like, let's just release a bunch of gators, and they'll die in the winter, but they'll take care of the beaver problem, and they did not die in the winter. And so South Huntsville near the arsenal, actually my grandfather's neighborhood, which is right by the arsenal gate, there's a pond right down the road. There's an 8-foot alligator that was caught by Huntsville animal control, whatever.
Fishing game.
But now there's another, I was told on Facebook, there's another gator that's roaming that area. But the problem is the neighbors thought it was cute to feed the gators. So then it thought people were, and it started coming up to people.
Stop. No. Why the pray tell would you do that?
But that's why there's gators in South Huntsville, because they try to get rid of the beavers on the arsenal.
What's wrong with a beaver? They're
well,
cute.
they would tear down all the trees and they would dam up all the rivers, and they just wanted to get rid of them. But alligators is not the solution.
Hey, maybe y'all that wasn't a good idea. I'm just saying.
But the Elk River has notoriously been known for having gators.
And now fewer elk.
And horrible. We have cottonmouths on our on the lake, and they're hideous. I saw a massive one a couple summers ago. That's a hard pass for me, especially when it's kind of swampy back in a slough. No. Okay, well, that's pleasant conversation.
Well, we got 10 minutes left. You want to open your bag? Ash?
Yes, I would love to open my bag. And y'all didn't have to do anything, but I'm very grateful and I thank you. Okay, here we go.
I got to see if I can find this snake jumping out. Oh, she saved.
Starbucks for days.
She saved.
Thank you. My new favorite is a cappuccino.
Oh, you're going to love the card.
I can't wait for y'all, look at that card.
Wait till it says on the inside.
Aww.
So funny. I love it. Can I show it?
Yes.
Yes. Especially.
Thank you.
Ass pack.
Those are my favorite things. Number one, chocolate candy. A Ferrier Rocher.
Sorry, Bobby.
Sorry, Bobby. Look, I'm going to spread it out, okay? But I know you're okay with these, right? And, thank you. Thank you, JP. I was dying with the coffee we had, even though I know it's not your favorite, Allison. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Y'all are the best.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for, I just sent you the snake video.
Thank you. Allison, do you want some coffee? You want to make you some coffee?
Hikes with extra cream.
She knows. Thank you.
Lots.
Thank you, guys.
I mean, for your 30th birthday, it's a big deal.
Thanks. I didn't think I was going to make it to 30, and I did.
I still don't know if I will.
You're going to make it to 30.
JP.
Just kidding.
JP. Next year, just FYI, Chris and I are having joint birthday parties, so just be on the lookout for an invite. We're going to do it in July.
You're having joint parties?
Because we're the same age, only 2 months apart. So we decided it'll be our 30th wedding anniversary. And that birthday
illegal.
that shall remain unnamed.
She doesn't get it, JP.
What?
They're having joint parties.
It's so funny. We're getting to smoke the Mary Jane. Look at us. We're going to go get it from some friends.
I can't believe how many old people smoke weed.
Oh.
Allison, you wouldn't believe how many people just regularly.
Yes. Yeah.
Regularly.
Why are you? Yeah.
Because we've had this conversation.
The amount of people and the problem is the Delta 8s is what makes it. How many people are just roaming that are just blasted? And unfortunately, I know because my friends do it. But somebody you're passing in the grocery store, like people that are driving. Yeah, the amount of just common weed smokers are.
Can you drive when you're high?
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
They do it anyway.
But I mean, can you
drive?
That seems like
a leading question, but
it has to be easier than driving drunk.
Can I tell y'all a story? When we were at Alabama and we were getting an Uber after a football game, and we were in the car, and it was backed up because everybody was getting out of the football game, and there was an ad on the radio saying it was like one of the drive buzzed or buzzed is equal drunk driving or something, and there's a part of the commercial that was like, driving high is also the same as drunk driving, and the Uber looks back at us and goes, can y'all believe that driving high is not the same as drunk driving? And my friends were like, I may want to get out.
Did you get out?
No, we kept driving, but he like in the most like high manner. It's like, oh, really?
Oh my God.
Seriously?
I passed so many people this weekend, and maybe it was because I was on a college campus. Well, last week at the beginning of the weekend. And then this weekend as well, while we were out and about, shocked at how many people I passed and people that and then I'm reminded by my husband that based on who he comes across on a daily basis, we would fall over if we knew how many people smoke weed. So. And I'm like, that's more than I needed to know.
Do they actually still smoke it? Do old people actually smoke it, or do they eat the gummies?
Yes, they smoke it.
Well, because when I did landscaping, there was one house that I would mow, and the neighbor's house always like reeked of it. And then it was like a 5-foot Chinese lady that was constantly smoking weed in her backyard. But it was, she smoked it. That's the Woodstock generation.
Yeah. Okay. And then the youngers, they chew gummies.
Yeah, and the Delta 8s.
Oh.
Which I don't know why those are still legal in Alabama. I got the snake video too.
Yeah,
by the way.
watch this, Abs.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna like this.
Look at the movement. There's a gosh, there he goes.
Oh, holy
Wait,
crap. Oh, holy crap.
Hold
There
on.
was a cotton mouth.
Hold on.
Check at this.
Yeah.
Look at the movement.
Look right there. And he had just pushed his hand back.
Okay.
But it leaped at him.
There's a gosh, there he goes. There was a cotton mouth in there. Not a very big one, but I took my hand and I pushed away because the boat was getting a bit close. And I felt something squishy, and there was a freaking cottonmouth in there. He just jumped down and went down. Oh, that is so awesome. I wonder if there's more.
You said that's so awesome.
Hello.
I wonder if there's another one.
Man, I'm enjoying the nature out there.
JP, go back.
Man, I'm enjoying the nature.
Look,
oh, that does.
Does that look like another one?
Wait.
Like
No,
no,
that
is
does
that
though.
Doesn't it?
Ugh. I mean, I didn't know they could spring.
When we almost stepped
There's
on,
a
Crystal grabbed my shirt and pulled me back in our neighborhood, and I almost stepped on a decent sized copperhead. It was very like it wouldn't die. We tried to hit it, and that's when it started leaping in the air, like springy. And I thought, what in the
Did
world?
you say springy?
I said springy, like springy with a sproing.
That was good.
Sproing.
Yeah.
And it just leapt until our friend Denver and his wife Susan came past in their car. And then he had to run over it several times. It would not die. I hate venomous snakes. I'm for the rat snakes, but I don't ever want to hang out long enough to find out what kind of snake it is. I'm impressed you knew that was a rat snake.
Yeah, and Jason's like, this is the best day ever.
Yeah,
Look what God's made. This is so exciting.
They don't have cottonmouths in South Africa. I
Yeah,
reckon.
well, he almost died. He's in a boat by himself.
But I love with Jason. I've noticed this, and that's probably why he's gone viral, is because his first instinct is to grab his phone and be like, guys, check this out. It's like, I almost died from a cottonmouth, guys.
Woo!
Yeah.
He just loves America.
All right, I got some fun this or that questions to end the show.
Okay.
We're going to go rapid fire.
Okay.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Summer. Winter.
Summer.
Fall.
Summer.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Morning or night?
Morning.
Night. At night.
Yes, morning.
Okay, this is kind of the same. Sunrise or sunset? Sunset.
I appreciate sunsets more, but I'm a morning person, so sunrise.
There's something about the hope of a sunrise.
Let's see. Cake or pie?
Cake.
Cake.
Unless it's my mom's apple fritters.
I don't know. Pumpkin pie?
Oh, gag.
JP.
So good.
JP. Now you're going to get her on a food conversation.
I'm sorry.
That's like
Come on, man.
Yogurt pie.
Shopping in store or online?
Oh, online, please.
Online.
So people-y out there.
Yeah, real. Books or movies?
Books.
Movies.
I love movies though.
Depends on a good book. I'll go book, but for the most part, movies. Okay, I'll do last one. Texting or calling?
Texting.
I like texting for the most part, but overall, like if it's something important, I'd rather call.
Yeah. Calling, you get a lot further. It just takes more time. They say if you have time for a text or a scroll, you have time for a call.
That's not true because some people don't stop talking.
That's true.
Do I?
Like,
yes.
I gotta
so
go.
I'm instinct is text.
Or if there's something I have to tell you and I want to hear your immediate reaction.
Yeah.
Kind of like when I called Allison when Alabama Power sent us a statement.
That was cute. And I didn't even get the benefit of y'all's conversation.
We were trying
Just JP sent it to me.
Leave you out of the potential storm.
I got fired up about that.
You could enjoy.
That was precious,
Auburn.
guys.
Yeah, I think texting, there's some, if you've got a serious conversation, there's some landmines in texting that you can avoid with a phone call.
You can't, there are things that you infer.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Wrongly.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It could be, I'm going to the grocery store, or it could be, I'm going to the grocery store.
Yes.
And you don't know.
That's true.
problem.
Save a lot of arguments.
Yeah. Okay. I hope y'all have a great night. I'm going to eat another piece of cake and then go work out.
I'm going to
That's
work
how
out.
it is.
I'm going to have some bites and then work out.
At least for balance. Y'all have a good day. We'll be back tomorrow.